Welcome to What Do You Want to Do, the show that will hopefully help you figure out what you want to do in life or reconnect you to what you love doing. Each show has a guest who is doing what they want to do, whether it's in their career or in addition to their regular job. Most importantly, we want to help you realize that no matter your age, you too can do what you want to do if you have the will to do it. Now here's your host, Leonard Kaplan.
Hi, and welcome to What Do You Want to Do? This is a little bit of a different show because I'm starting a new segment here that I'll be running every few shows, a little bit of a reflection on what our guests have to say about advice for you to enter the discipline or the hobby or the passion that you want to do. So this will be fitting because it's from my first show, which happened on January 3rd, 2021, with my friend Pell Osborn, who is an animator. He's had a long, successful career in animation of all types, mostly hand-drawn, which is very unique nowadays. Let's hear what he has to say about advice for the person who wants to enter animation. Speak to the people who might be listening or watching. How do you recommend them getting into animation? If so, what aspect of it? Can you make a living doing that in 2020 beginning?
Yeah, you definitely can make a living doing it, but you have to be careful. 2020, of course, is the pandemic year, so everybody has to be careful about everything. But I think one of the things the pandemic is making everyone do is hunker down and reassess what they really want to do and how successfully they can do it. And working from home is a really smart way to do animation these days. You can always link up with somebody else via the internet or via Zoom, which is the way Len and I are communicating right now. I spoke to Len's TV class a couple of months ago about looking for opportunities in animation, not necessarily in the standard places you might assume. Like, don't look just at an animation studio, but look at an architecture firm. They're always looking for people to draw up quick plans or make suggestions about design. Also in animation studios, many of them like DreamWorks and Pixar, they got their own architecture departments because they're designing buildings and landscapes and cityscapes for their stories to act in. I'm sure everyone's familiar with the Lawson animated birthday cards that you can get on the internet. You often get those things, whether you want them or not, in your email. And some of those are tremendously creative. But wow, what a great way! I mean, if you're interested in the animated image, what a great way to sell your stuff. Everybody's got a birthday every year, and there are 375 million Americans with birthdays every year. So that's an interesting thing to consider. Yeah, I would say try to look for the unusual in opportunities.
The untraveled road.
Thank you. It could be right under your nose or right under your foot, but you have to step out and start walking down it. It's interesting you would ask me this, Len. In many ways, my career is sort of slowing down. I turned 72 years old last month, which
Congratulations.
is Thank you. And
you don't seem it.
Well, that's sweet of you to say. I enjoy a lot of the things that I'm doing. I haven't taught a whole lot in the last couple of months. Nobody has done a whole lot, if you ask me. And it's quite discouraging that way. But I'm working on an animated interpretation of a song by the Benny Goodman Sextet. And I enter personal animations from time to time in film festivals, which is a great place for people to see your work. And I'm always hip, or hope to be hip, about the latest, coolest things to watch. And I share them with friends, and they share them with me too. So to live in the era of YouTube and Vimeo is an unbelievable gift for a child from the early 1950s who grew up hoping there would be an animation on the Disneyland TV show once a week or once a month. So it's a pretty amazing time. This is a really, truly golden age of animation. and it's a great time to be an animator.
And that was Pell Osborn and his advice on how to get involved with animation. So I think what you can get from this is look for the unusual, look for problems that have not been solved. In other words, if you want to be an animator, don't just look in animation studios, look for departments of production houses, other kinds of businesses, look for the untraveled road. And I think that's good advice for any career or hobby. Don't always look for the obvious in anything you do, because you want to forge your own path. You want to not follow the crowd. You want to stand out from the crowd. And that's how you become great in anything. So I'll be doing these kinds of shows periodically on What Do You Want to Do? Most of the shows will have guests like I've always had for the past year and 4 months. And some shows will be a little bit more reflective, like this one, to sort of help you think about what you're thinking about doing. So until next time, I'm Leonard Kaplan. So long, and think about it. What do you want to do?